As an integral part of the African society and the world at large, art is an avenue for expressing emotions and ideas which serves as a means of communication. The Genesis, a charity art exhibition organized by the Brume Foundation, is an exhibition which showcases the work of contemporary Nigerian artists.
We're holding the Genesis Art Exhibition in conjunction with a group of about 10 Nigerian artists who are donating a considerable amount of the proceeds of the works towards the work of the Brume Foundation. Art has always been an integral part of our activities at the Brume Foundation, and in fact at our youth center, fine art programs was one of the first things that we instituted. So we provide after-school classes taught by, amongst others, Mr. Abraham Yovisere and some other art experts, and we teach young people how to express themselves through art. We believe that art is important, even though it is sometimes neglected, because it helps us to identify who we are culturally, and for young people it helps them to express themselves as well. So while we focus on other things in the foundation, such as literacy, we provide after-school support, we feel that art, in terms of fine arts, music, drama, dance and so forth, is an important part of every childhood, is an important part of our culture and who we are, and so it's important to instill that in young people. We have worked with a lot of artists over the years who have supported our own work, and we feel that artists are kind of neglected in society. We feel that it's our responsibility to support the artistic process, to assist artists to become the best that they can be. And at the same time, as I said, we also feel that young people should be encouraged to be artists. So this is basically a marrying of two of our core values, and we believe that, or we hope that we'll be able to hold this exhibition every year to raise funds for our programs, because we need funds, and also to support the artists who support us. It was actually Mr. Abraham Yovisere who came up with the idea, who helped us to identify and find the artists, who helped to basically curate the work. We have worked with him since the inception. Since 2002, we have worked with him in the foundation, and he's been an integral part of everything that we do related to art. So this is basically the next step. Halfway through our activities, so 6 years into our activities, we actually set up a scholarship for fine art students in some art schools across the country. So we are very involved in the arts, and we want to continue to be involved in the arts. So this is basically another step in our involvement.
The foundation, established after the untimely death of the only son of the Oputu family, Ovie Brume, is designed to foster the vision of creating an enabling society where everyone is educated and empowered.
I'm the chairman of the Ovie Brume Foundation, and as you know, Ovie Brume Foundation was set up in memory of my only son, who died suddenly more than 13 years ago at the age of 29. He was a fantastic human being. He had all the advantages that a young person would have. He went to an English public school. He went to his first degree he did at Berkeley. He did an MBA at Harvard. And he came back to be an entrepreneur in Nigeria, and he died suddenly. For us, as a family, Ovie was our only son in the family. And he was a very gentle person. He represented what we thought a true male should be, who cared and was gentle at the same time. In order to be able to further his dreams, since he died so young, we wanted to set up a foundation that recognizes the youth, that recognizes that the youth are the future of Nigeria, because he believed in them. And so we started with the youth center. And when we did the youth center, one of the programs we did from the very beginning was art, creativity. We had dance, we had music, we had computer sciences, we did elocution. All of the things that we thought would make a young person confident. Art is about humanity. Art is creativity. Art, entrepreneurship, they are the same thing. Because an artist, you go into an artist's mind, you connect with him, what he thinks of the world, you see it through his head. He makes the same kind of creative decision that an entrepreneur does. So for us as a foundation, art, entrepreneurship, humanity, all blend into the same thing. It is only when you can have an appreciation of the art that you can truly evolve as a human being. Realize what art is. It is from art that you know what the present is, what it would actually project into the future. So for us, we cannot say we are trying to lift young people or lift the less privileged out of poverty when you cannot also lift their minds.
In order to carry out the vision of creating an enabling society where everyone, especially the youths, are educated, the foundation usually deploys the mechanism of artistic creativity to develop young people intellectually, emotionally, socially, spiritually, and physically.
For us, the whole idea of the foundation is to lift people. At first, young people, to make them become more responsible members of society, for them to be able to realize their potential. Where there's a gap, we usually try to fill it. So why art? Because we could also do anything else. Ovie himself participated in competitive sports. So we could have done that. He wasn't a black belt, but he was the most valued rugby player. He played basketball, he did all of that. But art for us is about humanity. Art is about, for you to appreciate art, it kind of lifts you up. It is now appreciating the finer senses that one has. For you to fully appreciate art, it's a part of the process of evolution. And for us to be responsible members of society, we have to evolve, not just physically, but spiritually. And I believe an appreciation of the art tends towards spiritual evolution. And we feel that it's not just the creativity, it's not the ability to understand and appreciate somebody else's art. It's what it does for your inside. It's what it does for your senses. It's how it makes you grow and evolve, how it touches the finer parts of you. That is what the art does. And we want to be able to expose this to our people. Some people understand things vaguely, but they do not understand it in a deeper form. So constant exposure to such things will lift them up. This is the whole idea of this exhibition. That's why the art.
With the mission to actualize a wide range of programs that encourage Nigerian youth to develop themselves and contribute to the development of their immediate community, their country, and Africa as a whole, Art, which plays a vital role in how a nation's cultural identity is defined, is used by the foundation to educate disadvantaged children, mostly from public schools.
We're having the arts exhibition because we also teach within the youth center arts, fine arts, music, dance and drama. And the Ovie Foundation also supports talented artists within 3 national universities. We have an endowment fund, so every year they benefit from this. Why arts particularly? Because it's often seen as secondary in the country, and it's something that we need to be able to take more seriously. It's part of our cultural heritage and our identity. So by instilling a sense of understanding and appreciation of the arts in the young people that we engage with, we're also giving them a sense of confidence in themselves. We're trying to create whole, well-rounded individuals through members that pass through the foundation. And the arts is a means of doing that. We actually operate in 6 geopolitical zones in the country through partnering with other organizations. So we come together, share our skills, and we're doing this for the improvement of the youth, because we believe fundamentally that the youth are the future of the country. So by educating them properly, we're actually creating a better future. One of our key program directors, who has been participating in the youth center since inception, was the head of the Guild of Nigerian Fine Artists. So during that time, a group of artists under him heard about what he was doing and actually said, why don't we try and do something to help? What can we do? So the idea came up to have an exhibition. And so a group of them got together and they approached us during the Christmas bazaar that we hold at the end of the year and said, look, what can we do? We'd like to have an exhibition. How can we get this off the ground? And we said, that's a fantastic idea. We really welcome this. Let's try and spend some time deciding what to put up. And so with Abraham Uyobisere, who's actually spearheaded this, we sat down and kind of decided what works would be best. Each artist could contribute 4 pieces, 10 artists, and you know, they were obviously selected out of a range of other works they had. They needed to be affordable because the idea is to actually include as many people as possible. And so that's how you have what we have available here today.
As a change agent in the African society, over 15,000 students in public, primary and secondary schools have been reached since the inception of the foundation.
I was honored to be made the art program director, and with our encounters in the foundation, we furthered the art program, and I can tell you with every measure of exactitude that we have some students who passed through, secondary school pupils who passed through the foundation that majored in art in tertiary institutions. A group of artists came, and so I told Mama that the foundation can further whatever we've been doing. She said, in what aspect? I told her in the area of promoting art. She has the clout to do that. More so, like you know, she is an entrepreneur and one of the key players in the banking industry. So she now said, okay, a lovely idea, let's see how the idea will fly. And whatever you are seeing today is just an effect of that very idea, that chance discussing the idea with her. And why did she key into it? Because she now saw that at that time that, well, if we can get about this, we can very well even enhance whatever we have to do for the needy. You know, so you see, it's a lovely idea, and I'm so happy today came. What we hope to achieve is a certain percentage of the proceeds will be channeled duly, like they've always done, to the less privileged, as to assist people in the society.